A very good morning. This is Manorama Kiranmayee from class 10th House Mahanadi. Today I am here to tell about the trade competition among different developed nations, and if this trend goes on, then what will be its consequences. The globalization and the growth in international trade has increased the competition among different developed nations to become the superpower of the world. To become superpower in the world, all the countries are in a race to make the whole world mostly dependent on them so that they can have influence on the countries who are dependent on them for their economic survival. The international trade is the export of domestic products and import of the products which are not available domestically. Every country always try to reduce its imports as compared to its exports to avoid trade deficit. Hence, to discourage imports, they levy higher taxes on the products which are imported from other countries and to encourage indigenous products to reduce the dependency on other countries. To have a fair and ethical trade system globally, the World Trade Organization issues policies and trade practices for the countries who are involved in the international trade. However, most of the countries disobey the rules and regulations formulated by the WTO, which might create an unwarranted situation in the global market and may lead to a war kind of situation among the countries who involved in trade. There are many instances in the recent past which are opened the door for the verbal spat among different countries due to the change in the foreign policies which have directly impacted the global trade. One of the most spoken conflict is between USA and China. As the world knows, both the USA and China are superpowers, and if the conflict between them materializes, then it will divide the whole world into two parts. And as most of the countries are nuclear power, so once if there is a war-like situation arises, then this may take the shape of a world war, and the consequences of the war will be so horrific that it is not even possible to think of a stable and viable world post the war. So this is all about the trade competition, and at the end I only want to say that the world leaders should come up together by keeping their ego aside and decide the global situation democratically by giving all the nations equal voting rights, and should try to erase the concept of superpower. With this I would like to conclude. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.